few months ago, a Pope John alumni committed suicide. As a result, the faculty and students have been working together to create an anti-bullying program here at Pope John. How do you feel about that?
Personally, I think it's a good idea, especially for me, because I actually knew Sarah Bramley. She was the vice president of Girls Who Code, and now I'm the vice president of Girls Who Code. I wish we'd started something like this sooner, but better now than later.
A lot of people don't really know what their words mean to people. They don't think it affects them.
I think that's a great program to have. Everybody needs someone to talk to, and there are a lot of people like that up here at Pope John.
How do you define bullying?
People ganging up on other people or just being mean to other people.
When someone persistently harasses another person.
I mean, bullying can really be anything. Exclusion,
harassment, picking on someone to make yourself feel better.
Making fun of somebody, whether it's with your words, with your actions.
It's not that hard just to say something mean, it just comes out.
Have you ever witnessed bullying?
Yes. Well, I mean, you see it every day in the halls and stuff, and I don't know, sometimes you think it's just messing around and then other times it's serious.
In high school, I think bullying is just a more verbal thing. There's not too much physical altercation that I've seen.
Everybody has seen bullying before. Whether it's watching it from afar or seeing it on social media.
Over the phone, on Twitter.
Cyberbullying, I think, is becoming more of a problem.
Yeah,
so I've seen
our
that.
generation and stuff. Has anyone close to you, like a sibling or friend, ever had an issue with bullying?
I have friends that have been bullied just for little things, how they look, haircuts, anything, small stuff, just to put them down.
When I was younger, there was just a little kid. People would always pick on him. Nothing, I was really cool with the kid, so I just didn't like when people were bullying. He was just a little kid. You can't choose how tall he's gonna be or what he looks like.
My best friend from dance, she actually had to move schools because she was being bullied in her school. It hurt her so much that she had to end up transferring during the middle of her year.
Yeah, some of my friends have been bullied just because they've been different than the other people around them. I just thought it was weird because it doesn't make sense how people can just do that and think it's right.
Have you ever done anything when you witnessed bullying?
I have at my old school before.
If I find somebody talking about one of my friends, I shut them down. It's just don't talk about my friend. Or if I see somebody getting picked on, even if it's not my friend, I speak up and say something like, yo, chill out. Y'all wildin'.
If I see someone else getting bullied, I just need to go up to the person and be like, yo, you gotta stop. Because I know if someone was doing it to me, I'd want someone else to step in, I feel like if I step in, it'd really help the other person out.
I have stood up for somebody that has been bullied before.
And there are times you haven't?
Yeah.
Sometimes yes, and sometimes no. One of the times I didn't, maybe it seemed funny at the time, or it seemed there was something that it didn't seem as bad, but kind of looking back on it probably should have been stopped.
I've done stuff about it, I've also not done things about it, and sometimes I regret that, but by not doing anything about it, you're not doing anything to help the problem. It's always said in the church, the Bible, that you need to help those in need, and so I've always kind of taken that to heart.
It's really hard to stick up for some people you don't know sometimes, just because you don't want to be that guy. Because some people are just like that's not my problem, I'm not involved in that, but it's not right to put other people down.
Have you ever participated in bullying?
No, I have not. Because I don't see the point in it. It's really not mature at all.
Nah, I don't believe in that. I just don't understand why anyone needs to, or has the need, or feels like they should pick on someone else.
That's not my style.
Why isn't it your style?
I don't like seeing people hurt.
Honestly, it's never right to say something. It's wrong. And I've been in this situation before where I've said something and it's hurt someone else and I felt badly about it. But after that person, it's hard for them to forgive you.
Definitely in middle school. I can think of a couple times on the playground where we left some people out. I was just guilty by association, I guess I would say. I didn't want to exclude them, but I didn't say anything, so I'm just as guilty as the people who wanted to exclude them.
Everybody's guilty of it. It's just a human thing to do to make yourself feel better.
When I was younger, I wasn't the nicest kid, and so I think I would make fun of kids, and I was pretty. I wouldn't say I was mean, but I wasn't nice in any way. Yeah.
Do you regret that?
Yeah. I think it just kind of made me feel cool.
Have you ever participated in bullying?
Probably. Not proud of that. I would get picked on sometimes, so then it's oh well, if someone picked on me, I'd say something back to them well, you're this.
Do you think it's easier to bully someone else when you're being bullied?
Yeah,
Why do you think that?
because like you want them to like feel like how you're feeling. You're like, I feel like this, so like I'm gonna show you how I feel because I'm gonna pick on you, kind of thing.
Have you ever been bullied?
When I was younger, yeah. But it was just for things like, you know, that I couldn't really help. It was more because I was different and like just from like things that I believed or things that I liked or the way I looked or like my ethnicity and stuff like that. Like, you know, like when this was like in kindergarten, like this is just an example of like ethnicity wise. We all dressed up as Tinkerbell, who was blonde and like white skinned, and I just had black hair and I had the darker skin because I used to have really dark skin. And they were like, why are you dressed up as Tinkerbell? You should be Mulan or like Pocahontas or something like that. So like as a kid, I'd always been aware of like how different I am. And I mean, just like the idea that I'm supposed to conform to what they say, I think was like my way of like being bullied.
It was at my old school. It wasn't here, but it was just something that you don't feel like you can get away from it. And it's like it would be online all the time, and people would just say stuff in school all the time, and it just really it took a toll on me and like made my self-esteem really low. Yeah, when I came here, I met so many supportive people, like Serena and everyone else that I've met. Like, it's just so nice to me, and don't judge me based off of what they've heard. They judge me based off of how I treat them.
In my school, there was a group of girls that were not nice, I guess you could say. They would do everything they could to make me feel bad about myself, whether it was looks, friends, dance, anything. Just they'd say stuff, they'd post stuff. Like, you can't get away with it from social media either. I was upset. It was hard for me to like wake up in the morning and know I have to go to school.
I remember like going to the bathroom like crying like for a second because like it like made me mad. I was like sad about it because like I think what they said was true. I feel like the things that you're really insecure about that people point out is what hurts the most. Like if I'm really insecure about something and then somebody else has to say it, it makes me really upset. It's like, well, I didn't think you like looked at me like that. That was only me that thought that.
There's those people that just feel the need to bash you. It can be your height, your weight, your voice, your anything you even say. It made me feel terrible about myself, and to the point where you just didn't want to come to school that day, the next day. But it's really only temporary. If you just ignore it, I know it's a cliche thing to say, but if you ignore it, the person doesn't feel satisfaction out of it.
Why do you think people bully?
Probably because they've been bullied before, or to make others laugh and be popular.
Yeah, because they're insecure, or they're having troubles at home, so they can't take it out on their parents or like their siblings or something, so they take it out on other people. Sometimes they don't have a reasoning for what they do. They just do it because they're angry all the time.
If they're insecure, like they have to make themselves feel better about themselves by putting someone else down.
Bullies do stuff that's happened to them before, so I just think a lot of it is insecurities about their own selves.
I mean, they might feel low about themselves and feel the need to take it out on other people.
And that would bring them up and make them feel better about themselves.
And I don't really get that because I feel like everyone should just kind of be like we all know how hard it is to be in high school and be teenagers and stuff.
As girls, we should all come together and like bring each other up instead of bringing each other down and saying, because I mean, everyone's different. I mean, no one's going to be the same. So I think that differences are getting the best of us and making us treat each other differently and badly.
It's hard enough to be a girl.
Yeah, it's so hard to be a girl. Like, we just need to help each other and stop putting each other down because, like, you never know what's going on in someone's personal life. Yeah. And when you put them down, it just makes them feel so much worse. And we overthink everything. Yeah. So, like, if you say one thing, I'll think why you said it and, like, what I did for you to say it.
Some people say that bullying is just kids being dramatic. How do you feel about that?
I don't think it's kids being dramatic. I think it's, like, kids who need somebody to, like, talk to and open up to rather than, like, them just sitting by themselves and being angry all the time. They push people away because they think that they don't need anybody, but in all reality, they're just lonely.
But sometimes it's just someone being funny, and if you're close friends, I can see the difference. But when you're just putting someone down that you don't know, or you know that always is having confidence issues to make people laugh, it's a different story.
If you feel bullied, it's probably because someone, inflicted some pain on you or someone said something against you.
Maybe it might not be a big deal to you, but it could be to them, and you never know what they're gonna go home and do.
How do you think social media has affected the way people bully?
It just makes it easier for people to bully other people. Well, when it's face to face, it's like harder to say mean stuff. So when it's online, it's a lot easier to say mean things.
People are so quick to type something behind a screen than to say it to your face.
Like they don't think about it before they send it. Like they'll just send it and then after they'll think about it and it's like not right at all.
You say it over social media too, everyone else sees it. So it's like, it's not like you're the only one that sees it, it's everyone. And like that's what really hurts is when, you know, everyone has saw it or seen it.
Yeah, because people start liking it and retweeting it.
Yeah, and that makes it so much worse,
Yeah, it just like spreads like really quickly when it's over social media.
You can see everything at every time of the day. Like Snapchat, you can see who's where. Instagram, who posted a picture with who likes whose picture. You can never get away from it. It's always following you.
They say social media is supposed to help us, but we always find a way to turn it around and hurt us.
Like originally they created social media so we could connect with each other and communicate with each other better. I think it's easier to bully someone on social media because you're not directly facing the person, so you can say something about someone without having to see their reaction or like how it will affect them.
Well, it's probably harder for someone to say something mean in person anyway, so it's easier to say it on Twitter or direct message.
I feel like people are scared to do it to the person's face, and they just want to hide themselves, and like it makes them feel better about themselves. I just don't think there's any point in that either, because like if you're gonna say something, why do you have to hide yourself, and like why do you have to say it behind a screen?
It was different back then, how kids would just beat each other up and then that's how it was. But now you can hide behind a screen. It just makes yourself feel good without the consequences.
Social media has made like an image for what people should look like and how they should act. If anyone goes outside of that, people think they're weird or they're not right, so they make fun of them.
I think that social media is a great thing. I think, you know, you can share stuff, you know, pictures, videos with all your friends and stuff, but unfortunately there are people that, you know, will use social media for bad and can really hurt other people with their words. If you're being bullied over social media and stuff like that, like, you know, maybe just don't look at it.
And do you think it's unfair that a person has to delete their social media because of someone else?
Yes, I think that's completely unfair. You have the right to social media, you have the right to a Facebook, a Twitter, an Instagram, whatever you want, and then unfortunately, I mean, sometimes like bad stuff like that has to happen. I mean, once bad stuff like that happens, just get away from it.
What are some things you do to keep you going, not let bullying get you down?
My parents helped me a lot with that. Like, I tell my mom, my dad, everything.
Even siblings, like I'll call my brother up and talk to him about anything. And your parents too. Yeah, they're there for everything, but sometimes you don't want to tell them everything, so that's why you tell your best friends everything. If you tell one person, that takes your mind off of it and takes weight off your shoulders.
You kind of have to think, you know, it's your opinion that matters. It's everyone that loves you, it's their opinion that matters, you know. If you got a friend that's sitting there bullying, might not be the best friend.
I just don't let it get to me. Every time someone says something mean, it's just because that they think I'm different, but everybody's different, so.
I think it's important to remember who you are.
I just kind of like remind myself that what people say about me says more about them, because they have no right to like say anything about me without knowing me as a person.
I really don't care what people think about me. I mean, alright, you think I'm ugly, everybody has their personal opinions. If you think I'm ugly,
I think I'm cute. If you could say anything to a bully, what would you say?
Stop.
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 I just don't get it. I don't get what putting people down, like, how does that make you feel any better? Like, it really
like
just...
you're watching someone being hurt. Like, how does that make you feel better about yourself? Like,
I don't understand.
At the time, maybe it doesn't seem like you're being a bully. Maybe it seems like you're being funny or you're trying to be smart or whatever, or trying to be cool. But if you think about it and think how that kid would feel, if you're in that kid's shoes, it's not that funny.
I don't know, you can't really say anything to a bully. I mean, you could tell them to stop bullying people, but that just won't work. So have to give them a person to talk to, like see if they'll open up to you.
I'd try and help the bully out and do the right thing.
A lot of people forget like the bully was bullying.
Exactly, it's a spiral effect.
Make yourself feel better in a different way. Compliment somebody. makes somebody else feel better about themselves, and it makes you feel better about yourself.
If you could say anything to someone who is being bullied, what would you say?
You have so many like people that support you. Like there's groups that you can go to. Like there's so much stuff that can help you. Like you're not alone. There's other people being bullied.
Yeah, and even if like you don't have that many friends, like your family will always support you, and you'll always have people that are close enough to you that you can talk to. And I've had like teachers that I can even talk to about stuff like that.
Don't let anyone else define who you are, what you want to do. Don't let anyone else change that. That's specifically all you and all your dreams. Don't let anyone affect that.
Just keep moving forward, take it, channel it, do something positive out of it.
Confidence is key.
Smile.
Yeah, that's good too.
Talk. Don't keep it all bundled up inside.
Don't get down on yourself because someone's bullying you.
Don't listen to them. Like, you're fine who you are right now.
I think it would be to stay strong and to think things over, because I know that sometimes in like the heat of the moment, you'll start thinking, things that you shouldn't be thinking. So it's important that you remember who you are, and you remember that those are just words and that they're not supposed to break you.